There, now start.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I come to give you some tools that will improve your life, ways to improve your life. Everyone wants to live a better life. Everyone is striving for a better life. We were made to live a better life. We were created to live a better life. Sometimes we just don't know where to start. And I am a life coach that loves to help people improve their lives and help people to reach their potential. We were made to live a life greater than we could ever imagine. We can go from where we are to where we want to be. We just have to have the courage to fight for it. Are you ready for a better life? You only have to have the courage to fight for it. We can dramatically change our results, but that depends on how well we use our imagination. Our imagination is one of the tools, the superpowers that we were born with. We were born with superpowers that if we learn to tap into them and harness the powers that God have given us, the ability that God have given us to be successful and to live the prosperous life, if we learn to harness those gifts, talents, and abilities, then we can live the life, the abundant life that we were meant to live. So I just want to give you some ways to improve your life. You can dramatically change your life, but it depends on how well the function of your imagination and your will to change your life. How strong is your will to change your life? How bad do you want a better life? Do you want it bad enough to work for it? Nothing comes easy and nothing is given to us. We have to work for it. Ayala say you have to do the work. And sometimes we're not willing to do the work because it's not easy. Life is not easy. But we can have what we want in life if we are willing to do the work. We can have the life that we desire. We can have the life that God meant for us to live. But we have to have the courage to do the work. We can change our situations. If we can see it, we can achieve it. You can have what you see. My question is today, what do you see for yourself? What do you desire for yourself? What kind of life do you desire to live? Are you satisfied? We should never be complacent and be satisfied, but we should always be reaching for more. Always be growing, learning and growing. As long as we live on this earth, we should always be learning, always be growing, always be reaching for more, reaching for a better life. Paul said, our eyes have not seen, neither have our ears heard the things that God have for us. But we have to reach for those things. We have to seek for those things. What you think, you become. Proverbs 23:7 says, so as a man think he is, so he will be. So as a man think he is, so he will be. So you will be what you think you are. You can do what you think you can do. You can have what you think you can have. God have given us the ability. God have put the success of our lives in our hands. And he have given us the ability to obtain it. And with that bold challenge, if we take on the challenge of changing our lives, and being who we think we are and doing what we think we can do. If we take on that bold challenge, the impossible can become a reality. And that principle applies to every area of our lives. The impossible can become a reality. God does the impossible, but he do it through us, through our belief. It only works through us if we believe it. We have to have the faith to believe that we can do the impossible. God has given us everything that we need to live a better life, to live a greater life. The question is not whether the formula of success will work, but rather, will the person work the formula? This is the challenge that confronts all of us. The question, I will say it again, the question is not whether the formula for success will work for us, but rather, will we work the formula? That is the challenge that confronts all of us. The word will work if we work it. The word will work, but we have to work it. The word will work, but if we don't work it, it won't work for us. So the word will work, but we have to work it. Life will work, but we have to work it. Life will work for you, but you have to work the life that God has given you. You have to use the abilities that God has given you in order to make life work for you. We can go from wherever we are to wherever we want to be. No dream is impossible if only we have the courage to believe in it. No dream is impossible if only we have the courage to believe in it. The word will work if you work it. You can have what you say, but you got to work it. You got to take actions. And you got to step out in faith. And you got to put your abilities into action. Put your skills and your talents into action. And life will work for you. How do we improve our lives? How do we make life work for us? How do we make the word work for us? Number one, we have to face our fears. Sometimes fear drives our life more than we do faith. Even Christians, we say that Christ is the head of our lives, but a lot of times fear controls our lives. A lot of times fear have the greater impact on our lives than faith. So we have to become aware of what is controlling our lives. What is our driving force? Is fear your driving force, or is faith your driving force? That is how we conquer them. We don't dismiss our fears. We have to face them. We don't be in denial of our fears. We have to face them. That is how we conquer our fears, by facing the things that we're fearful of. Paul said it like this, that God have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind, a clear thinking mind. We have the ability to rationalize. We have the ability to reason. We have the ability to know what is best for us and what will work for us and what works against us. And when we recognize those things, we cannot let fear stop us. We cannot let fear be the driving force in our lives. Fear will hinder you. Fear will handicap you. Fear will cause you to become immobile. You cannot move. There's a law of inertia. that says that is in motion stays in motion, but that is not moving will continue to not move. So we have to learn to diminish our fears by facing our fears and having faith and believing that we can do, and stepping out in that faith. And as we step out in faith and exercise our faith, the more you exercise your faith, the more your fears will diminish. And you continue to exercise faith until you have no more fear. You're not afraid to try. You're not afraid to step out in faith. You're not afraid to try things. You're not afraid to try something that is new and different. So we have to know what is our driving force. Is it fear or is it faith? Examine yourself. Examine your thoughts. I believe it was Socrates says that a life that is not examined is a life that is not worth living. We have to stop and examine ourselves and examine our thoughts, examine our actions, and to see if they are in alignment with the plan and the calling that God has for our lives. Is our thoughts and our actions and our beliefs, are they in alignment with the purpose and the plan that God has for our life? This is how we set our goals in life. When we know the purpose that we are here for, and we know our assignment in life, and we line it up with the purpose and the plan and the will that God has for our lives, and we don't let fear be the driving force that keeps us from moving and walking out the life that we have been called to live. So number one, you have to face your fears. This is how you improve your life. Ways to improve your life. Number one is face your fears. Don't let fear be your driving force. Don't let fear conquer you, but we conquer the fear. Paul said we are more than conquerors through Christ that loves us. So we don't have to let fear be our driving force, but we conquer that fear through having faith in God and in ourselves. We have to believe in God, and we have to believe in ourselves. And when we believe in ourselves and have faith in God, we exercise the willpower to change our directions. When we have faith in God and we believe in ourselves, we can change. We have the power to change the directions of our lives. And when we realize that we have the power to change the directions in our lives, we can define our life goals. And to find your life goal, you have to reach for a higher purpose. Go beyond yourself. Reach for something that is higher than yourself. Something that is beyond you. Something that is beyond what you thought you could do. Something beyond, bigger than yourself. The plan that God has for you is bigger than you. It's bigger than yourself. So when God call you and give you an assignment and show you your purpose in life, it will always be bigger than you. And when you know that it's bigger than you, you know that you have to depend on God to give you the strength to do what he has called you to do. Paul said, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So when you define your goal in life, you're reaching for a higher purpose. Something outside of yourself. Something that's bigger than you. Something that requires God's miraculous power to cause things to manifest in your life. You have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. Because it does not matter what other people think about you, but what matters is what you think about yourself. So you have to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Know that you are who God made you to be. Know that you have the ability to live the life that God designed for you to live. He designed that we live an abundant life, a successful life. Jesus said he came that we might have life. He came to give us life, a life of vitality, a life of abundance, a life of success. And you have to live life with enthusiasm. Be enthusiastic about living your life. A lot of people is not excited about life. They just going through life, barely surviving. We're not made to survive. We were made to thrive, to live life enthusiastically. One philosopher said, more things are done with enthusiasm than any other way. More things are done in life. More things are done in life with enthusiasm. Cause things to work for you. It calls things to work out for you. We shouldn't live a life of dread, but get up every morning with enthusiasm, looking forward to the day, and use our time wisely. Make every day count for something valuable. Make every day count for something valuable. Every day that you get up, you should have something valuable to do for that day. Time is our most valuable assets God have given us. Every step we take and every move we make should move us closer to our destiny. When you use your time wisely, every step you take and every move you make should move you closer to your destiny, the plan and the purpose that God has for your life, to live the life you were meant to live. Our actions shapes our lives. Our action creates our destiny. Therefore, we should use our time wisely, making every day count. And we should show discipline in our lives. Discipline creates reality. Discipline have built cities. A well-disciplined activity creates abundance, uniqueness, and productivity. A well-disciplined life helps you to stand out from the rest. Dare to be different. It opens doors of opportunities for you. Your gift will make room for you if you dare to be different. Your gift will make room for you. And lastly, but not least, you have to fight for what you want. You have to fight for what you want. Paul told Timothy to fight the good fight of faith. You cannot give up. No matter what it look like, you gotta keep fighting. No matter what it look like, you got to keep fighting. Our pastor said today at church, he said his friend sent a message out on Facebook and say some people give up before they reach their goal, and then they be disappointed with the results. He said some people give up before they reach their goal, and then they are disappointed with the results. And I thought that was so powerful, because we cannot give up no matter what it look like. We have to take the words of Paul and put them in action. He told Timothy to fight the good fight of faith. In other words, you got to fight for what you want. Nobody's going to give you nothing. The world is a cold, hard place. But you can have what you want. You can have what's yours if you fight for it. Are you willing to fight for it? My husband, Superintendent Lofton, his word used to be, how bad do you want it? If you want it bad enough, you got to fight for it until you see it come to a reality, until you see it becomes real in your life, until you see it manifest in your life. You got to fight to obtain your best life. Fight for the greater good in life, and that will bless your life. If you fight for the greater good in life, that will bless your life and bless others also. It's good to fight the good fight of faith. That is opposite in conflict, and you're in the middle. You're in the middle. You're in the battle. You will win. You will get victory in the battle if you continue to fight. You will come out a winner on the other side of the battle if you continue to fight. So if you want something valuable, you have to fight for it. So I leave this with you, and I tell you like Paul told Timothy, to fight the good fight of faith. He said, take hold to eternal life, and you will obtain the life in the end. And not only in the end, but on this side, you will obtain the life that God designed for you to live. The abundant life, the blessed life, the prosperous life, the happy life, the fulfilled life. But you have to continue to fight for what you want. You are listening to Pastor Emma Lofton, your life coach, that have given you some tools to improve your life. And pray and ask God for wisdom how to use these tools. Ask God for wisdom that create answers. Ask for wisdom to deal with the challenges of today and tomorrow. Don't wish it to be easier, because there is a quote, one philosopher said it like this: if you do what's easy now, your life will be hard. I believe that was Les Brown. But he said, but if you do the hard things now, your life will become easier. Some people is trying to take the easy way out. You cannot take the easy way out. You got to fight for what you want. You got to learn to do the hard things. Do the hard things now so your life will be easier later. But if you do the easy thing now, your life will be hard. But as Iyanla said, you got to do your work. Do the work, and the word will work for you. Do the work, and life will work for you. I see you in the future, and you look much better than you look right now. Go in the strength of the Lord and be blessed.